Hello and Merry Christmas from everybody at 3rd and 21. Today is December 18th. My name is Kemper. This is a show we call 3rd and 21. Two things we do here. We talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Obviously, no changes in the KPI top 12, but that does not mean that there's not a lot of fun bowl games to talk about. But before we do that, let's go around the country, talk about some teams not in the KPI top 12. In a 30,000-foot view of college football, segment we call hashtag thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up!
Bowl games in general. A lot of people say there's too many of them, but you cannot say they don't mean anything. Watch the post-game interviews with players and coaches. They're getting emotional about getting one more win in there. You can say there's too many, but don't say they don't mean anything.
Thumbs down.
Florida International University running back Shundarius Phillips plays the entire 2018 season with an outstanding warrant for his arrest. Listen, FIU, it is a bad look. I understand the player might not have been forthcoming or truthful with you, but you got to have some type of control mechanisms in place so it doesn't happen. Thumbs down, FIU.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, Georgia Southern. 2 wins last season. This season, 10-3 with the bowl victory. Hey, while I'm giving out thumbs up, I'll give a thumbs up to UAB. Didn't even have a program 3 years ago. Playing in a bowl game tonight. Thumbs up, UAB.
Thumbs down.
This will not be popular, but thumbs down to playoff expansion. 4 is the right number. You have to be excellent to get into it. You can even be excellent and not get into the playoffs, i.e. Georgia. When you expand to eight, you're going to start letting in teams with 2, sometimes 3 losses. That's not excellent.
Thumbs up.
Fansville by Dr. Pepper. I love it. I've been addicted to it. I was a little miffed last year when Dr. Pepper cut out Larry Culpepper, Ice Cold Dr. Pepper hip. But Fansville has brought me in. You heard it here first. I believe Larry Culpepper makes a comeback, and he's the one who stole the national championship trophy.
No good one. That's it. No good one.
Welcome to 3rd and 21, a show where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Now back to you, Kemper.
All right, welcome back. Thank you, Jenny, for the voiceover. Hey, quick programming note. We are going to be working hard for you the day after Christmas. We're going to put together the 2 playoff games and the New Year's 6 bowl game preview. Again, that'll be the day after Christmas. We'll film that. But in the meantime, there are 40 bowl games. I would like to break down every single one of them. Time will not allow that. So I picked 4 games that kind of tickled my fancy. We can start with California playing TCU in the Cheez-It Bowl. I think this is very fascinating. California rarely gets to bowl games. Justin Wilcox, in his second year, has California in the right direction, getting to a bowl game. A bowl game win would take a really good season, turn it to a great season for the Golden Bears. They're playing TCU, who was my pick to get into the Big 12 championship game. Things didn't work out. Really, if you look at their season, the 3rd week when they played Ohio State really knocked them down. It took them almost a month to get back into a groove after that game. But they did show guts. They went 3-1 in November to get to this thing. Gary Patterson is an excellent coach. He will have his team ready. 17th bowl game in a row for TCU. They're 10-6 in those 17, so always quality for TCU. Next up, let's move it to the First Responders Bowl. That is Boise State playing Boston College. Boston College, you might remember, was my surprise team of the year for 2018. Maybe fell a little bit short of expectation for a surprise team of the year, but don't forget, they were 7-1. College game day went to Chestnut Hill when they played Clemson. Things did not work out for Boston College that day, but they're a grindy team. They're a strong team. Coach Adazio has them playing tough football, playing Boise State. They are more than just the team that plays on the blue field. They are a quality team, got a terrific quarterback, Brett Rippon, son of Mark Rippon. And they really are the group of 5 standard bearer. If you look back, Boise State is usually the team that gets the power group of 5 invite. UCF has kind of taken that mantle the last 2 years, but I am a fan of Boise State. Going to be great in the First Responders Bowl. Next up, I call the Disappointment Bowl. The reason I'm looking forward to Miami versus Wisconsin is whoever loses this game, it goes from a disappointing season to F-. Miami really started out with a thud against LSU and never rebounded. Wisconsin had the terrible home loss to BYU and just didn't get going, So whoever loses this one, F-. Finally, Auburn versus Purdue. 2 teams that are the total opposite spectrum of fan happiness. Purdue, we'll start with the happy people. Purdue, Jeff Brom said no to Louisville, which I think was a good move. Staying in West Lafayette. Everything is roses for them. They were in the bowl for the 2nd year in a row, maybe 3rd year in a row, but he has things pointed in the right direction. Auburn on the other side, it is all angst and despair on the plains for the Tigers, but if Auburn shows up, they should win this game by 14, 17 points. Purdue has not seen a front 7 like Auburn's going to bring. But you just don't know how motivated Auburn's going to be for this game. If Auburn loses, the screams from Auburn, Alabama will be heard nationwide. Tell you what, those are 4 games that jumped out for me. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go to the ever-popular mailbag and put your money where your mouth is. All right, welcome back. Always want to say thank you to Maxie Homes, MaxieHomesGA.com. Long on quality, short on drama. Link is in the description below. Let's go straight to Butch Maxie's favorite segment. That is Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. It's where I pick games against the spread. We keep track all season long. How did we do last week?
Last week we were 3-1, baby, for 75%.
Very satisfying. Very satisfying.
On the year, we had 31 wins, 28 losses, 2 ties for 53%.
53% is okay, but it's going to be a lot better with a 4-0 weekend. That starts with the which bowl are we going to? The Texas Bowl. Washington State plays Iowa State. If you've watched any of these programs at all, you know I love Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell. They are used to playing teams that pass the ball around a lot. Washington State was playing at a super high level at the end of the year. Unfortunately, in the Apple Cup, ran into the snow game, which really kind of threw them off. I think Washington State gets back in. Lay the 3.5 points with Washington State. That'll get you to 1-0. Next up, Vanderbilt is playing Baylor. Baylor, remember, last year Baylor won exactly 1 game. Any bowl game for Baylor is ahead of schedule. Matt Rule is doing a great job at Baylor. They are playing almost a home game for Baylor against Vanderbilt. I don't think any of that will matter. Vanderbilt is a little bit tougher. Used to playing an SEC schedule. Vanderbilt, -4, will get you a win against Baylor in the Texas Bowl. Next up, South Carolina plays Virginia in the Belk Bowl. This is going to be a fun one to watch. Virginia is a good team with a fun-to-watch quarterback. They did drop 3 out of 4 their last 4 games, 1 being against their arch rival, Virginia Tech. It's very disappointing for them. I think they're going to lose 4 of their last 5 because South Carolina is just a little bit tougher. Their offense is starting to get rolling. Jake Bentley is looking terrific in the last game. I think South Carolina -5 is an easy win over ACC Virginia. Next, Northwestern plays Utah. Utah was the Pac-12 South Division champion. The Pac-12 South is one of the worst divisions in college football. No offense, ACC Coastal, but I think they got there. They're a good team. They're not a great team. Northwestern is a team that outside, they started out 1-3 with an incredible loss to Akron, but they went off, they ripped off 7 out of 8 wins down the stretch, showed they were not an elite team when they got into the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State, but they are a quality team. Pat Fitzgerald has toughness built into that program. Give me 7 points. They could absolutely win the game, but give me 7 points plus 7, and I will take that all day long. So 4-0 will take you Washington State minus 3.5, Vanderbilt minus 4, South Carolina minus 5, and Northwestern plus 7 will get you 4-0. Tell you what, let's go to the ever popular mailbag, shall we? Brought to you by On the Road Again Cars. OnTheRoadAgainCars.com. Links in the description below, but I can tell you this. Brandon will treat you right. OnTheRoadAgainCars.com sponsors the ever popular mailbag. That's where you can write in. Ask me any question about college football. I will do my level best to give you a clear and concise answer. First question.
Egg from Houston, Texas. What do you think about the Justin Fields transfer?
I love you, Egg. The Justin Fields transfer, and it is confirmed, it was confirmed that he did put his papers in for a transfer. Hey, listen, best of luck to him. I always want people to succeed in whatever they do. What I will say about this, this has never been done before. Jake Fromm has run off 2 5-star quarterbacks. That's never been done before. I would say, hey, the pressure's on you, Jake Fromm, but I don't think that Jake Fromm feels pressure. Next question.
Caleb from Bloomington, Indiana. What do you think about players not playing in bowl games?
Excellent question. Look, I understand it. I get it, especially if you are a first rounder where you are playing for generational money. But where I push back a little bit is I think we rush to get to the next stage of life sometimes. Listen, slow down, enjoy your teammates, enjoy the process. And look, man, don't play, oh no, what if you get hurt? What if you don't, man? Enjoy life. But listen, I understand it. I'm not against it, but I'm against not enjoying life. Next question.
Paul Johnson from Newland, North Carolina. What do you think about Georgia Tech's new coach, Jeff Collins?
I think Georgia Tech has hit a home run with him. I've heard a couple of interviews with him. He seems like a very high energy, good guy. I think that he has a very hard task ahead of him, getting Tech turned around from an option team to a pro style. It's going to take some time. I would say next year, if they win 4 games next year, probably would be a success. If they could get to a bowl next year, that would be outstanding for Jeff Collins. But I think Tech has done a very good thing hiring Collins. Tell you what, let's go ahead and put a wrap on it. Listen, again, day after Christmas, 3rd and 21, we'll be working hard for you, getting ready for the playoff games and the New Year's 6th. But you have a wonderful, peaceful Christmas from everybody here at 3rd and 21. God bless you.
The Christmas tree, I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come